Okay, so welcome back to our weekly series breaking down the very best eShop deals across the US, the UK and Europe. It's been a crazy week for discounts on the eShop. The insane spring sale just dropped on us, and we actually already did a midweek special with our initial favourite games in the sale under a $10 price point. But now we're back to our regularly scheduled programming. But I will say with a twist, we couldn't get this one down to 10 games, so yeah, Volume 1 today. Volume 2 tomorrow. To celebrate some of these crazy good deals though, I figured I'd lighten the burden on your wallet a bit, and today we're giving away two $25 eShop gift cards, one on today's video, one on part 2 tomorrow. All you need to do to enter is leave a comment below letting me know your sale pick of the week. We'll announce the two winners in next week's episode. So hit subscribe and get a notification the second that video drops. Also, we have a ton of reviews lined up this week, and yeah, let's get started. Now, a quick word of warning, I'm not covering the obvious ones, the AAA, shall we say, the Mortal Kombats, the Spyros, the Crash platforming or racing, the mighty Diablo, or even mightier Witcher. We're out to give you something different, something a little more obscure, and yeah, maybe that was my way of sneaking them in there. Most of today's games though, they're in a global sale. Check out the pricing to see where you can grab it. So first off, let's get heavy with Thumper. In this rhythm game, you'll find yourself piloting a beetle-like entity at a breakneck pace. It's absolutely insane and really quite stunning to look at. Musically, it's set to like an orchestral soundtrack, but there's something still very metal about the whole experience, as it just toys with some increasingly creepy level design that clearly takes from a demonic influence. Thumper though, it's a bit of a critical darling, and rightly so. Starting simple like any good rhythm game, it hooks you and then it kicks your ass. But I've got to say, the progression, it just feels great here. I found the addiction very real with this one, and with 75% off, honestly that's an absolute steal. Okay, so by far one of the longest titles on the Switch, and I mean literal word count, not playtime, The Missing, J.J. McField and the Island of Memories. Never has a title had so many words while telling you so very little about what to expect. It doesn't help that it also has like a very visual novel-like thumbnail on the eShop, and that could definitely cause some, let's say, confusion for players. This one though, it's actually a weird little sadistic puzzle platformer to add to your collection. With this one, you're not avoiding death like most games, but you're actually encouraging it, you're embracing it. Yeah, you heard that right, you put yourself in the line of fire, and in fact, it's actually what is dismembering yourself. Why? Well, our hero here is cursed, having the ability to put herself back together, so yeah, chop that head off, and why not roll it through a gap? Because yeah, guess what? You can control these loose body parts. Told you, really strange, but it has a surprisingly deep storyline and a strong cast of characters to match the stunning visuals. It's just a shame about the terrible voice acting. With 60% off though, this is a really decent drop, and I'd recommend checking it out. So stunning, it's a word I rarely use, but if one game deserves it, it's Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I played this one on the Xbox One initially, and it was demanding then. Getting it onto the Nintendo, to be honest, when I heard, I just laughed, expecting this thing to just absolutely crush the system, and it just to fall to pieces. I was wrong to doubt them. This is a stunning port, and now it's my go-to way to play. Handheld, with headphones, it envelopes me in this unique location. With an aim though here to provide a realistic portrayal of psychosis, it's an incredibly unique game where developers Ninja Theory absolutely hit the mark. Now, does it have issues? For sure, some of the puzzles, I will say, they're a little on the weak side. I'd even go as far as to say dull, but there's no better looking game on the Switch out there. The story, it's just enticing, you're going to want to keep on digging in, and the gameplay is solid. This one also, that audio, it's some of the best design I've ever heard. At 50% off now, yeah, it already had my strongest recommendations at full price, so I think you can imagine how I feel at this price. Now, I want to preface this next one with I'm not a huge digital pinball fan. In fact, I haven't played one in years. I don't even remember the name of the last one. Star Wars Pinball, that nearly got me. I nearly bought that one. But Demon's Tilt, this is an insanely beautiful game. I'm so happy I took the gamble. Trading, realism, pinball physics, shall we say, for balls to the wall craziness. This one just hooked me immediately with its theme, even though I went in really not expecting much at all. The amazing reviews that I was reading were justified, and they were the things that gave me that final push. Combining traditional pinball though, with some minor bullet hell elements, a 3-level, like almost roguelike table, bosses, hidden areas, a kick-ass soundtrack. Nothing else just out there really compares to this one. If you're even slightly curious about this one and you like to chase high scores like me, I'd say take the risk at 30% off. It's about the best discount we've had for Demon's Tilt so far. If there's one genre I love, it's a good fighter, and my go-to 2D fighter is Blazblue. With Cross-Tag Battle and Central Fiction joining the sale, I had a tough choice ahead of me. So I didn't make it, and I'm just adding both to this list. I'm combining them into one. I think they've got two very different audiences. Cross-Tag Battle, it's a huge 75% off right now, and this price is insane. Here what you get is basically a relatively casual fighter, simplistic controls, a nice little story mode, and a still active online community. There's also a great cast of characters from Blazblue, Undernight, Arcana Heart, Persona, all combined into one package. This huge roster, then they take part in 2v2 battles, so it makes for a lot of entertaining moments, especially if you're a fan of like a lot of these games like me. For the more diehard fans though, it's easy. Central Fiction all the way. Absolute masterpiece, extremely challenging. You've got a long road ahead of you when it comes to mastering the controls of this one. There's a story mode that's got to be up around the like 40-hour mark, I'd say. And then there's just a ton of ways to fight here with its incredibly deep 1v1 battle system. I will say though, with this, the online can be a little bit quiet now. 30% off though this, it's the choice for genre purist. Honestly, I'd just go out and buy both, they're so damn cheap already, that's a bargain. So Katana Siro, a game that achieves a whole lot, it grabs your attention nearly immediately and never lets go. I will admit it's sadly a little on the short side, but rarely does a game give you such a burst of adrenaline like this one. Here you're going to find yourself taking on the role of a samurai sword wielding assassin, and you are simply put the epitome of a badass. But what I like most about this one, they didn't forget to add an intriguing storyline with a nice amount of character development. I actually cared about a lot of the people in the game I met. And then to make me fall in love with it even more, they dressed it in neon and added a retro wave synth soundtrack. And I love me some neon. This shows what a modern take though on the pixel art style can do, and alongside its brutal at times difficulty, I doubt very many would question the price tag on this one, and that's before this great discount on offer right now. So with us just last week reviewing The Complex, a interactive movie from Wales Interactive, I felt like there was no better time than to recommend The Incredible Light Shift. This London gangster-esque thriller movie provides a very simple setup. Watch the movie and then make your decisions from multiple choice. In turn, these influence of course where the story goes next. It's not the most taxing of gameplay, but it's a great one to play with either like family members or those that simply ain't gamers. Maybe you just like movies, if so then this is probably a good stop for you. With decent acting though, a fun story, and exceptional production quality, I gotta say, I really did enjoy this, all in about 80-minute experience. Yes, I know that might not sound like a lot, but it's cheaper than most trips to the cinemas nowadays, and it's got over 180 different decisions and scenes to see, alongside multiple endings. I've revisited this one 3 times already, so 40% off for me, that's more than fair for this one. Want more of a sci-fi twist? Then maybe check out our review of The Complex that went live just a few days back. Kill la Kill If, I feel like could be a bit of a controversial choice, but as 3D arena brawlers go, very few can match this great price point. This one actually started around the $50 mark, which was honestly an absolute rip-off, but they lowered it to $20, and then they've even now thrown a 30% discount on top. And I think it's fair to say this game, it can hold its own against other 3D arena brawlers out there, so think like My Hero 1's Justice. Kill la Kill If though, it has a solid story. It comes from the original scenario writer, and it basically presents an untold story where if is the key factor, as in what if this happened instead. It's fun for any fans of the series as they're going to see like an almost alternate reality. Yes, I will say it's got a small roster of characters, and I do wish it was bigger for sure. There's a lot of people missing here, but at least I can say the ones we do get, they play great. They're all instantly familiar, and the visuals, honestly, these have no right being as good as they are. These are some of the best 2D and 3D variations for an arena battler that I've seen. In motion, they're just absolutely stunning. Also, it's coming fully voice acted, so it feels like a lot of effort at least went into this, and probably because it comes from Arc. Just know if you've not seen the anime, you're going to be totally lost here. This is absolute fan service, so maybe go and check that out, but otherwise, it's a great deal. Alright, so if you're one of the few people out there that hasn't watched Stranger Things, I'd say go and do that first. For everyone else, Stranger Things free for 75% off. This one, it's far from perfect, I'll say that, but it's very easy to recommend at this price point. Go in expecting an isometric adventure title with a whole lot of beat 'em up elements. Basically, it's following the episodes of season 3 and you're going to be picking up quests and obviously completing what you need to, so expect a lot of like, go beat this enemy or fetch this item and so on. But yeah, like with this one, if you're a fan of the show, you're going to have a good time. You're going to get to revisit a lot of characters you love to see. It's got single player and co-op as well, which I think is a really great little system. So yeah, look, it gets my recommendation. So our last game of the day, Axial Verge, simply put, a masterpiece. I said it, just go buy it. Need more than that? It's created by just one man. It's insane to see the level of craftsmanship on show here, and what I would say is one of, if not the best Metroidvania on the Switch. Here we're battling an insane science fiction storyline of one man and his guns against waves upon waves of enemies. This, it has the expected insane difficulty level you've come to expect from this genre in particular, and with a sequel coming this year, it's time to face off against this insanely entertaining challenge. 50% off, it's a great price point to jump in. This developer has put a huge amount of work in, it's clear, and there's just so much to like here. If I was ever going to give a game a 10 out of 10 rating on the channel, I can tell you this would have been one of them if I'd been doing the reviews back then. Volume 2 will be dropping tomorrow, and check out Wednesday's video breaking down our top 10 under $10. We've got a $25 gift card giveaway for this video, and then we're doing another one tomorrow. All you need to do is leave a comment below with your favourite pickup of the week, and we'll be announcing the winner on next week's deals episode. So with that, hit that subscribe button, get the notification as soon as that drops, leave the video a like, and we'll see you all on the next video.